Hi, hello, good morning. It is currently 8 o'clock in the morning on January 7th. It's a Friday. I have 2 classes to teach today. However, at 8:30, I am going to jump onto my live stream so that I can announce the giveaway winners. I'll also mention them in this video. Then I am writing. I am starting the rewrite for Between the Waves. As we all know, Between the Waves is my nano project. It's currently still sitting around 60,000 words, but it needs a rewrite, which will include probably about 40,000 of those words. Basically, the entire journey of the book has changed, so most of my words will be rewritten. I think I can follow a lot of the same structure that I have, but the actual end goal for this book, because it's supposed to be a series, has changed, and I need to reflect that in the writing. So we've got a big rewrite ahead of us. My goal is to get the rewrite done by the beginning of February so that I can then spend the first 2 weeks of February doing a read through and fixing up any of the major glaring issues in the book so that I can have it sent out to beta readers mid-February. And then I do have a little bit to do for Blood of Amberum because I have to add a chapter and make some minor adjustments, but they won't take too long. But I do need to do that in the next week because a week from now, or a week and a day from now, I'm sending Blood of Amberum out to beta readers. So I also need to pick beta readers because I still haven't done that. So that is what we are starting our Friday off with this morning. So I have 2 classes to teach, 1 meeting, a little bit of work to do, and then we are writing for the whole day. Just a quick little update. We had a couple live writing sprints and lots of chatting. I will leave everyone that I had my sprints with down below. It's pretty much the same people that are going to be involved in the 30-hour write-a-thon this weekend, which starts tomorrow. So I will leave all of them linked down below if you want to check out their channels. I wrote about 1,600 words of an outline. So as I mentioned, I am currently rewriting Between the Waves, my NaNoWriMo novel. It is a high fantasy pirate adventure novel series. I don't even know anymore. I am rewriting that just because I think I've mentioned it before, but I have to shift the ending of the first book because it is something that needs to happen later, because I do intend to make this a series as long as everything works out. I needed to make some adjustments, which totally makes sense because I was kind of struggling with the story a little bit anyways because it felt like the ending wasn't right. And I've realized it felt like the ending wasn't right because it wasn't. It wasn't the right ending for this particular book. So I just spent a couple hours. I've got about 1,600 words of a new outline. A lot of it is similar. I think the more I wrote of the outline, the more I realized that I was going to get to reuse a lot of the words that I already wrote, which is good. Thank God. So now I have the new outline ready to go. I was following the 3-act 8 sequence structure that I spoke about in my video talking about Victoria Aveyard's outlining methods. I also received some books in the mail. So I have a book club that I am currently reading with. It's just a few friends that I met here in Vancouver who all read. I know, I don't know how I got that lucky, but somehow I managed to meet an entire friend group of people who just read. For the book club with my friends, we are reading Gideon the Ninth, so I ordered the book. I wonder how many pages it is. How many pages without spoiling it? Less than 500. So I ordered Gideon the Ninth because we have to start reading it. And then because I have no self-control whatsoever, I added one of the books. I have like an Amazon wish list of books, and one of them kept popping up and yelling at me, so I added it. I didn't realize that I ordered the hard copy, but apparently I did, and it's beautiful. I got Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko, but it's got like gold around the title, which I'm such a sucker for gold. I am such a sucker for like secret little designs that are hidden underneath the dust jacket. And this one does not disappoint. I mean, hello? It's beautiful. Look at that. Oh my God. It is literally beautiful. No regrets there. It was an impulse buy. I am not afraid to admit that. So I did get 2 books today. This one I will start reading this weekend. I think I need to get through the first 2 acts. I think it's a 5-act book. About page 200, I think, is what I'm reading to. I don't think I need to read through it this weekend. I think we're meeting next weekend, but I have a very busy week next week, so I want to get started. Now I am going to sign up for a kickboxing class, I think, because I still have the ability to do that, and I'm going to take advantage of it. So I'm going to sign up for a kickboxing class for tomorrow, and I think I would like to get through at least chapter 1 of Between the Waves and start making some changes. So I think I'm going to start going through, I'm going to like duplicate the manuscript I have right now, which is about 60,000 words. So I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to start reading through and rewriting. Hi, hello, it is Saturday morning. I woke up at about 8:30 this morning, made some breakfast, watched an episode of Rain, because that's what I've been spending a lot of my time doing. I'm just working on my coffee now. So I am going to do a 20-minute writing sprint because last night I finished the outline for the Between the Waves rewrite, which I'm wildly excited about. So Between the Waves, the Nano project, has kind of been sitting since the end of November when I finished it, or when I finished the challenge of NaNoWriMo. I continued to add to it and very quickly realized that the ending wasn't the right kind of ending for a first book in a series, and the plan is for it to be a series. I already have the ideas for the other books kind of written down and starting to get fleshed out now. So what I'm actually doing is I'm taking an ending from the second book and I'm using that ending for the first book. As you all know, I've been teaching myself how to properly write and publish a novel, and while I was doing some of that learning, I came across a resource that was talking about how you should set up your series the same way that you set up each of the individual stories, because obviously the events that happen, the things that take place in your story, should build onto each other as the series moves forward, and as you get towards the end of the series, the stakes should constantly be heightened throughout the series. And I realized that the structure that I had right now for the actual for the trilogy wasn't following enough of an upward trend when it comes to the intensity of the events and the endings and the stakes throughout. So I have taken what was supposed to be mostly the ending for the second book and actually moved it to the first, done a little bit of restructuring so that it actually makes sense, and I am using the ending that I was going to use in the first book as the ending of the second book now. The nice thing is that the ending of the third book doesn't actually really have to change because the same things are happening in order to get to the final book, but they are just happening in a little bit of different order. It's really fun. I'm a big fan of problem solving, and it's kind of fun piecing together stories and finding issues and filling plot holes. I actually really enjoy it. I also really love drafting. So far, I haven't found any part of the writing process that I don't enjoy. However, I will say, I mean, I've, written and edited before, but I did it without the intention of querying and then publishing. So I already knew that I enjoyed the process. However, when we get to the actual querying and publishing and then, marketing and becoming more of a business person when it comes to my books, I'm not sure how we'll do with that part, but that's okay. We're still at least 6 months away from that. And so far I am really enjoying the process of just drafting and editing and making it the best I possibly can. So on that note, I'm gonna do my 20-minute writing sprint because I want to start jumping into making the edits in the manuscript that I already have for Between the Waves. So right now I'm starting from the beginning, reading through each chapter, making changes where necessary, or getting rid of entire chapters / adding entire chapters where necessary. And then I'm going to do another 20-minute sprint because I have started my novel writing class that I'm taking through the UBC, University of British Columbia. Right now we are working in the editing and revising portion of the course, so I have to spend some time on those lessons. I will say I am loving the course so far. I read about the faculty, the teachers who are teaching it, and they all seem like really incredible creative writers, so I am excited to be able to take this course kind of under their supervision. And I'm also so excited to be working with such a variety of people, technically because it is a virtual course. other people who aren't in Canada can also join it. And it's so exciting because there are people of all ages, some who have published books already, who have published multiple books, who have done self-publishing, traditional publishing, who are currently querying, and there are people who are very close to beginners just like me. And it's really interesting to see such a variety of students in one class. Because usually when I'm in classes, I'm in university and we're all at the same level. So it's really, really interesting, and I think it's going to be incredibly valuable, which is very exciting. Okay, enough talking. I need to do my sprints because I also have Muay Thai today in like an hour. So sprint time. So I got back from kickboxing and then immediately had to jump onto the live because I forgot. I didn't forget, but I just didn't realize what time it was. I co-hosted with Autumn and a bunch of other ladies who I will link down below so that you can follow all of them. They're doing a 30-hour write-a-thon this weekend, and I was co-hosting with Autumn for her session, and I got back as soon as that started. Now I'm going to do some yoga because I didn't really stretch after kickboxing, and I'm going to be dead tomorrow if I don't. So I'm going to do a little bit of yoga, shower because I also didn't do that, and then I'm going to have a glass of wine, and I'm actually working on some poetry tonight for kind of a secret project, which I will let you all know about if it comes to fruition, because I don't actually know if I'm going to do anything with it yet, but we are working on poetry. I need to go and stretch and shower. So I finished chapter 2 of the Between the Waves rewrite. The nice thing is that the first 2 chapters so far I haven't really had to change much. I think that's about, in case anyone is interested in how many words that is, that's 11,000 words out of the 62,000 that I have right now. It's about 40 pages. I know that the next bit is where it's going to get a little bit more complicated, because this is where, I mean, the next few chapters are where the actual outline of this book, of the first book, come into play, and obviously that will have to be changed because I am changing the journey they're going on this book. So luckily I got through those pages very quickly, and now we are moving on to some more complex rewriting, but it's still going smoothly and everything makes sense to me, and I think that it's still on track, so I'm really happy with that. Also, we hit 10 patrons on my Patreon, which means that I am going to create an exclusive video for Patreon that talks about all of the ideas that I've had for novels and kind of how I develop those ideas. So it's basically going to be an exclusive video just on creating ideas, and I'll talk about some of the ideas that I have worked on in the past. So if you're interested in that, you can head over to my Patreon and check it out. It will be linked down below. But I just wanted to thank all of my patrons that I have over there right now, because I did just hit 10 patrons, which is very exciting. So thank you to Liv, Michael, Haley, Kirsty, Valkyrie, Laura, Kate, Night Raven, Hannah, and Nikita for being subscribed to my Patreon. That's wild and super exciting and gives me so much joy. So if you're interested in extra content, behind the scenes content, exclusive content, there's a bit more over there on Patreon. That's it for this vlog. The rewrite is well on its way, and I will continue to vlog so that we can all keep track of how it's going. But I wanted to thank all of you for being here and for subscribing and liking and commenting and chatting with each other. I am very grateful that you're all here hanging out with me. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smile, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.